And what's going on, Rejuveniles? It's your man, Cassius Clay, and I'm back with my guy, 3RL. Say what's up
What's
to the
up,
people, 3.
everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? How you
Right.
doing?
It's been a while since we've done one of these, and
I
looking forward
know.
to this. We're going to do a recap on some of the things that we loved in January, and then we're going to tell you guys a little bit about what to look forward to in February coming up here real quick. And in between, we're going to put some of the videos that we made for the month in case you missed any of that kind of stuff. It should be a really fun episode. And we're back, right? So, like we said, for today's show, we're going to just get into a little bit of the stuff that you guys may have missed that we talked about in January. And then at the end, we'll talk about some of the stuff that we're looking forward to in February. Before we get started, real quick, 3, how's been your January so far since we seen you last, man?
Hmm. January has been wild. It feels like at the same time, like 3 months have passed in this 1 month, but also towards the end of it, it's kind of just sped up. Here in Los Angeles, we had a lot of craziness going on with those fires, and just everything else in between. But for me, been real busy, but it's been good, man. How about yourself?
Yeah, man. As you know, I've been finishing up with the whole school thing coming up here soon. So that's pretty crazy. The month
Congratulations.
just flew by. I mean, I can't believe we're already in 2025 and it's February. We're already 1 month down. So we're already getting about to do the looking forward to everything in February, right? So it's been crazy. And there's been no shortage of kind of stuff to talk about, as I'm sure everybody will see from some of the stuff that me and you both talked about. So pretty crazy, right?
Yeah, it's wild, man. Where does the time go?
I don't know, but I need more of it.
Yeah,
Definitely need
same.
more of it, man. Maybe we'll start doing series on like how to get some of your time back over here,
I
bro.
could really use that. So I'll
Right.
happily learn more about time management and,
We're gonna have to put that on the docket somewhere or something. But all right, man. What do you say we get into it? Then kick this off with the people.
let's do it.
Talk off some of the things that what is it? The things that we liked about January. All right, I'm gonna get everything started off with the Samsung Galaxy Unpacked event. You guys know a lot of iPhones get dropped off at the end of the year, and a lot of us Galaxy fans, myself included, we get our new Galaxies, the ones that don't fold, at the beginning of the year, and Samsung didn't let us down. They revealed the new Samsung Galaxy S series. They got the S25 and the S25 Plus. They showed off the Edge, which is probably going to combat that iPhone Air that we're hearing about. If you guys haven't heard about that, then we'll probably talk about that in some of the videos. But the big thing this year, like with everywhere else, is AI. And I mean, this phone is packed with kind of crazy AI things in here now, to where you can just tell it one thing, like right here, you just press the button to talk, and it can kind of do 2 apps worth of things at once. So I can basically tell it like, hey, find a restaurant for me, and then send it over to 3RL, and you'll get those directions straight up. The one that I'm looking forward to the most is actually you can watch a YouTube video like he's doing here, and then things that you liked about it or whatever's going on in the video automatically send it to your notes, which is kind of
That's awesome.
helpful with some of the stuff that we do here. So this is it seems Android and Google and Samsung are really tied in on this, because a lot of this is just going to be coming to most of the Android stuff too, the new circle of search. But these phones have gotten so good, man. It's pretty crazy. And shameless plug, if you guys didn't know about this, we did a video about this already. You guys can check that out in our, it was a Monday series. I think I put out earlier this Monday too, or it depends on when you're watching this video, if you're watching as part of the podcast. But I catch us up on the Samsung thing and kind of other things that you probably missed in there, like Jeff Bezos' weird keeping it in a family moment with a certain NFL player. You'd have to watch the video to find out.
Check it
But
out.
that's what I had. Yeah, the Samsung Galaxy event. That was pretty cool. They teased that Galaxy Edge at the end, which looks like some super thin phone. Maybe thin phones are back, because I'm tired of these really big phones. And we'll see what goes on from there, man. What do you think about that, E?
Well, I am mostly an Apple guy myself, but I do have to give them credit. I like Samsung products. My TV is a Samsung. but I think they're always innovating. And I think that's what they have up on Apple right now, is they're willing to kind of push the boundaries and to make different products versus, when you have an iPhone, you can pretty much expect it's going to look like the last iPhone you had with some upgraded internals. But I just love the concept of them kind of pushing the boundaries with their phones. The first time I saw like the folding touchscreen, I was like blown away. I have a coworker who has one, and it's just like an interesting concept. And I think they have a huge market share, and this phone looks great. So, I'll definitely hear about it. Maybe when you get one. I'm waiting for the AI assistant that can be my actual assistant, as we talked about earlier. So maybe there's something here
That's
for that.
targeting this thing. Like if you look at it, it's pretty much the Galaxy from last year, but same hardware. But the thing they're pushing this year is the AI smarts and how this can be a really helpful assistant. 2025 is going to be the year of agent AI and AI doing stuff for us. And you can already tell right at the beginning of the year, the first tech show that we got, this kicked off. So there's going to be a lot of that this year, man. It looks really fun. And as far as, hardware and stuff on phones go, phones are just boring. I think we perfected the phone now. There's nowhere else to go. Might have to build a brand new category. And we'll have to talk about what that category is here soon. Somewhere we'll make a video about it. Yeah, but that's what I got for my first one. 3RL, what do you got?
All right. I'm going to talk about the Nintendo Switch 2. Really excited about this one. They got some controversy and a little bit of flack for not really designing a whole new console, but I think the game has changed, and we're not in the design a new console every 4 years cycle anymore. We want to retain players, and you want to have that same experience. But look at this thing. To me, I think it looks beautiful. I think they fixed some of the things that were wrong before, specifically this little stand in the back. If you remember the stand on the Switch, the original, it's kind of flimsy. So this one looks a little bit more integrated. Overall, I'm really excited for what they've done. It feels like, speaking of the Rejuveniles, taking it to a clean adult kind of console, whereas the original Switch is kind of playful. This feels like you've graduated. Now you're ready to take on the next level. You're still, a juvenile, love to play games. This is a device that is going to, I think, be well served for all demographics and age groups. So yeah, what do you think about the Switch 2?
I absolutely love it. I love that what you said there, because I kind of had that same thought too. When I seen it, it looks like the adult version of the Plaything, so rejuvenized kind of version. I think this thing is going to have a crazy amount of games that kind of come forward too. And I know a lot of people, like you said, are kind of just seeing it as not much of an evolution, but I will point out two things. One, it's the Nintendo Switch 2, people. It's not another console. It is the second version of the Switch, which was already the most popular console ever, and this thing will probably be the most popular console ever. But the second thing that I think people probably really aren't thinking about this is Nintendo is going to use this hardware in some really innovative ways. I think less you're going to see them like actually make the hardware itself kind of crazy and kooky. And I think the things you're going to be able to do with the actual device is what they're going to do, make it kind of different this time. It's stronger. It has regular USB. So they'll be able to like plug that in and do some kind of crazy stuff with it. And I think it's going to have some Xbox games on there. Xbox just made an announcement this week that they definitely will be supporting Nintendo Switch 2. And if you don't mind, I can segue into my second one.
Sounds great. Let's hear all about it.
So Xbox had their developer direct this past month here in January. It's something that they've started doing. This is their third one, where they kind of give you about 3 or 4 games, but a really intimate look for it. Like they don't like do regular promo. They let the people who actually make the games kind of talk about the games. And this year, the 4 games were Doom: The Dark Ages, launching this May 2025. They also have South of Midnight, launching April 8th, 2025. This Claire Obscure Expedition 33, which is a crazy looking RPG, launching in April 24th. And Ninja Gaiden is the year of the ninja. If you guys watched our last video, you know that Ninja Gaiden Rage Round was announced. Then they had Ninja Gaiden 4 and surprise dropped Ninja Gaiden 2 Black on the same day. right? So for both consoles. So it was a pretty crazy event, and I'm just going to go here. Shameless plug to our own video. If you guys didn't see, I'll let that kind of play in on the background. You guys can check that video out that we did earlier, but I can't wait. First of all, Xbox announced some of these games will be going to the more powerful Switch 2, which means it's going to be more powerful for all you Nintendo fans out there. And Game Pass and Xbox has an absolutely packed slate. You're going to hear about one of the games that I'm going to talk about here coming up next month in February. They've got hitters coming out in March. They have this game right there, which was South of Midnight and Clair Obscur coming out in April. And then they're following up with Doom in May, which is going to probably be on every console. And then they'll go into their summer showcase. So Xbox might mess around and have one big game every month this year, which actually has never been done. And they're going to be on PlayStation and Nintendo too. So everything is brand new now. This is a crazy way to kick things off here.
That was like literally going to be my question, because I saw that Doom trailer, and then also South of Midnight. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Both of them. Like I've only played Ninja Gaiden as a kid, and I wasn't very good, but it was fun. But like the other two games, like I would definitely check out. So I'm happy to hear they were on PlayStation as well. I'll still get myself one of those Game Passes, I think, at some point, so I could play other games. But then again, not enough time to play all the games I want to. So I'll have to pick and choose. But I think at least this one, South of Midnight, I really like the art style, and it sounds like a really fun game. So go Xbox, man. I might be a PlayStation boy, but I love Xbox as well. I'm all game consoles are great.
We're going to do a thing about this, but it's one of the, Xbox people are kind of feeling weird about it because some of their games are going to different platforms. But this is one of the things we'll probably talk about here later too. And I think Xbox is smart to get ahead of this. Like, imagine buying a movie and it only plays on Sony Blu-ray players or Sony, but like we're past that kind of mentality now, and games were kind of the last thing where it's just like, oh, you can only play this thing here and lock it down there. And Xbox has all these big games, and they're going to basically put them everywhere, and that's just what it is. So you don't have to have a actual Xbox to be a Xbox customer. And it makes sense when you look at games like Fortnite and Call of Duty and Minecraft. Those games cross they're bigger than the consoles themselves. Grand Theft Auto will be bigger than the console itself. So we just have to start looking at things kind of with new eyes. And I think that's just what it is kind of right now.
Sage words, my friend. You are right. We are moving into a new revolution, if you will, of, the content, like you said, is the bigger thing than the actual platform itself. So that's exciting. With that, speaking of platforms, that's right. As you can see by our nice little banner here, TikTok was banned temporarily I believe it was January 19th. And I personally didn't know whether or not it was like gonna go through, but boy, did the internet lose its ever-loving mind over this. And I think within like 12 hours or less, it was reinstated, at least half of it. And I think most of like services, including CapCut, have been reinstated. But it's wild. I think it's unprecedented that it happened in the first place. I also think maybe, it was warranted, but also like, I think the internet collectively lost its mind over it. And that part is a little concerning and a little like, I don't know, it feels a little childish because it's like, it's just a social media app. This is the importance of like, if you really are a creator in the world of 2025, it's about building your brand and not where you put yourself on whatever platform. And it's just a reminder that, any other app could be gone tomorrow. So, it's important to build your own brand and not rely on an app like TikTok or even YouTube. Thank you, YouTube. We love you. But yeah, what do you think about this?
I think it's funny. I think I've seen as of today, they've got 75 days left for this thing. It's kind of in this weird limbo. I'm hearing everybody from Oracle to Microsoft might end up buying it. My favorite was the CapCut clone that Meta and Instagram announced. That's not even coming out until March, but we'll try that out and tell you if it's any good, by the way, especially if CapCut does seem to disappear, which I think would probably be the bigger loss in all of this. But I even know people that downloaded like Lemonade and other Chinese apps in retaliation for this.
Red
So
Note.
it's 2025, man. That is the world that we're in right now.
You know, what's other crazy is it was like anyone that ByteDance owned a piece of. So there's this really popular game I used to play called Marvel Snap that was
Oh yeah.
also
I'm sure the
temporarily banned.
the rejuvenation. You guys familiar with Marvel Snap out there? If you guys know about
Yeah.
Marvel Snap, let us know in the comments.
Yeah, it was really fun. I played it for a little bit, but you only have, again, so much time. I've heard rumor like Mr. Beast was like, I will buy it. I also saw something that the government could potentially buy a 50% share, which to me, that makes... Anyway.
We can't get political in this.
Yeah, nope. Anyway, we'll leave it at that. Exactly. Just interesting times. And it just goes to show, make sure if you're a content creator that you are, just keeping in mind things, and that make sure you own your content at the end of the day. And I'll leave it at that. Back to you.
Yeah, that is true, guys. Be careful about putting your stuff out there on TikTok. And if you're on TikTok, follow the Rejuvenal at TikTok. Go check us out. We're over there on TikTok. 3RL has some great videos up there on us. You guys can find us on there. Check us out while it's still there, mother suckers.
Yes, do that. What he said.
All right. Well, I guess, does that bring me back to my third one for January?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Well, I guess I'm going to talk about going raw. I'm talking about Netflix going raw, guys.
Oh,
Come
okay,
on, get your
okay,
minds
okay.
I think I was talking about. Anyway, Netflix went raw. I'm not a super huge wrestling fan like I was way back in the day when the rock music would come on and then I'd lose my mind, you know what I mean, and go crazy. Back when my man was into Stone Cold Steve Austin, man, and we'd have those great matches and Mankind and all of that. But I know a lot of the rejuvenation out there is big wrestling fans out there. And if you guys are big wrestling fans, like my little brother was, rest in peace, you guys let me know who your favorite wrestlers out there, what we should be watching, and what you thought about now that Netflix is on Raw and it's off of cables. Are you guys being able to watch it now? Do you guys think this is better, or do you guys like the old school way? Because I heard they did really good numbers on this. The second reason why I wanted to bring up this whole thing is, as well, I have a big fascination with Netflix, and Netflix has been saying even lately, like, their only competitor is sleep, right? They want to own the entire entertainment space, and they make some really smart, savvy moves, like not going all in on sports, but doing alternate content, like bringing in Raw. The Christmas football games was really smart, and from what I'm hearing, they're going to double down on a lot of this. And it's hard if you have Apple because, you know, it's restricted there, so you can't really see it. But if you have Netflix, on the Netflix app, like on Android, you have a ton of actually really good mobile games too, for free, that are part of your subscription. And they're going to get more into just streaming games over the same way that GeForce and Xbox does too here in the future. So Netflix, look for them this 2025 to be some really big power players. And I mean, I just want to say Netflix goes raw as many times as I can because it's fantastic. And I hope that we don't get demonetized, except jokes on you, we have no money. Right? But I got another follow-up for you guys real quick. I'm going to sneak attack in because we have one more here. I didn't even know about this and found out about this as we were doing this and would have to check this out. But did you guys know about this? Yeah, so the Abbott Elementary, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia crossover is a crossover between both comedies. It says, in the event, the gang, a group of narcissistic and sociopathic proprietors, are given a court order to volunteer in an underprivileged elementary school in Philadelphia. Both episodes tell the same story, but through the viewpoints of their own characters. The crossover began on Abbott Elementary with the 9th episode of the 4th season, Volunteers. It aired on January 8th. The second part is expected to air mid-2025 as the first episode.
I will say, as far as content goes, Netflix really has become king. Also, I love Always Sunny in Philadelphia. In college, I watched a lot of that. But I'm going to be dating myself right now. But I remember when Netflix...
You're a good-looking person, bro. So you should be happy with that. And
Thank you.
I feel like the other side of you, though, could probably do better.
Anyway, I remember when Netflix first rolled out, and you could order like Netflix CDs. Like, I mean, there was even the game version of that, Game Pass. I can't remember the exact name of it, but you would order it. This is pre-big internet. GameFly. There we go. Yeah. Pre real streaming. How they started was you would order a CD on the internet, and then it would come, or the DVD. And then here they are today, literally taking over the media industry, not as just one entity, but like across all different kind of, from sports, movies, television, gaming, apparently. But yeah.
It's been really crazy. Netflix, man, you got to be careful. Turned into basic cable because they raised their prices up again too. You guys be on the lookout. I'm going to put a video out with all go to the Instagram or find us on Twitter. And I have a post there with all of the free sites and the streaming sites that you could use if you're tired of Netflix raising their prices for you.
But also, I still love Netflix.
Yeah, can't get away from them. They're going to do Stranger Things this year. Fuck you, me.
Right.
You got one more for January?
I do. I will wrap it up here, and I'm going to do a shameless plug with our own video for this next one.
I have no shame.
All right. So I'm using our own video we did earlier. I mean, Cass, you did it technically, but CES 2025, I think there was a lot of fun stuff that is coming out. I miss going. I'm saying next year we're going to CES 2026, and we're going to be there live filming it, because I think some of the technology that is being released there, it's such a blast to go to and just see a little bit of everything. But I think you really nailed it with some of these products. Even this right here, like, it looks ridiculous, but I bet you it does wonders for your skin. And again, health, wealth, very important as we become older in our in our age. It's very important to take care of yourself. But as a whole, I think CS this year really killed it. And I highly recommend, if you haven't seen our video, go ahead and check out that one. You can find it on our channel, and it goes over, I believe, 10 cool gadgets that Cash found that he thought were worth sharing with everybody. But yeah, I'll ask your opinion, but I'm sure you already know. But you're a tech head. Tell me all about it.
Yeah, man. If you want to know what I felt about CES, you're gonna go have to watch the video, you bums, right? But I will tell you this. If you guys can see like what's up there on video right now, that is a robot that cleans up after your dirty ass kids and husband. You gots to get you one of those, right? Or your dirty roommate. If you check the rest of the video, you'll see we have all kind of fun stuff in there, from bikes and everything, and gonna do some more stuff on some of the things that were at CES in different categories. So be on the lookout for that. Gonna have a video coming up on some more of the vehicles and stuff like that for all you outdoor adventure enthusiasts and stuff like that. And also one on kitchen gadgets for all my high-tech foodies. And the robotics robot thing. You know what? Maybe we should go on from there.
And stopping there, boy oh boy, real robotics, can only imagine where that goes in a few years.
Right.
All right. Well, that wraps it up for some craziness that happened in January. So much more that happened, but we can only cover so much. Feel free to check out our page to see any of that content we posted in the beginning of January.
Right, man. January, if it was anything to go by, the rest of this year is going to be crazy, because January kicked off all the way on 10, and it's 100 miles and running, man. And I can't wait to see what comes next. Speaking of what comes next. Hey, Rejuvenile fan. It's your guide to all things Rejuvenile, futuristic, and fun, Cassius Clay, back with an episode you don't want to miss. Today, we're talking about CES 2025, where the biggest tech brands and a few wild cards showcase the future. But this isn't just about shiny gadgets like you guys might see on another channel. This is about the kind of tech that helps us stay young at heart, whether that's robots cleaning up after us, gaming gear that brings nostalgia back to life, or self-care devices that make you feel like a superhero. From robots to smart homes, gaming to gadgets, and even a few things that have you asking, who asked for this? We're covering it all. So grab your favorite drink, get comfy, and let's dive in. Robots. One, two, wait. 1, 2, 3, and start over. Robots. Roborock's vacuum with a mechanical arm. Let's kick things off with Roborock's new robot cleaning vacuum. This isn't your average floor cleaner. This little guy comes with a mechanical arm that can actually pick up socks. It can pick up toys and even stray objects. Imagine you got a kid or a pet who loves leaving chaos behind, and instead of bending over to clean it all up, this vacuum just handles it. And here's the kicker, it can even play with your cat while it's cleaning. If that's not a multitasking dream, I don't know what it is. Roborock might just have made the perfect robot for busy juveniles juggling family, work, and play. Samsung Bali Robot. Next up, Samsung brought out Bolly, which just might be the cutest personal assistant designed to sync up with your smart home setup ever. It can turn on lights, control the thermostat, or even start giving you guys reminders to, just drink water. Picture this, you're hosting a game night, and Bolly adjusts the lighting, cues up a playlist, and even tells you when it's time to grab snacks from the oven. It's like having a little robot roommate, except way less annoying and way more helpful. Realbotics Aria. Okay, this next one, it's a little eerie. Meet Aria, the $175,000 robot that's almost indistinguishable from a real human. She can talk, respond to your emotions, and hold conversations that feel way too lifelike. It's equal parts amazing and kind of unsettling. Like, if you ever seen movies where AI goes a little too far, this might give you pause. But for those who've dreamed of having a robot friend, Aria just might be the future. What do you think? Cool, creepy, or what? Let me know in the comments. Gaming, the Lenovo Legion Go. One, two, three. The Lenovo Legion Go. Gamers, this one's for you. Lenovo dropped the Legion Go, a handheld gaming device that's powered by SteamOS and is a total game changer. Correction. One, two, three, go. Lenovo Legion Go. Gamers, this one's for you. Lenovo dropped the one, two, three, go. Lenovo Legion Go. Gamers, this one's for you. Lenovo dropped the Legion Go S, a handheld gaming device that's powered by Steam OS, and it's a total game changer. Imagine being able to take your entire PC gaming library on the go, whether you're commuting on a plane or just lounging on the couch. It's like the perfect hybrid of a Nintendo Switch and a gaming laptop. And since it runs SteamOS, you're not limited to just one platform. Lenovo already makes a Legion Go, but the Legion S is a more affordable version and only runs SteamOS, which was previously only on the Steam Deck. So here you get all the convenience of not having to run Windows and everything on your handheld, but the variety of getting a different option if you want something maybe a little bit more powerful or just something that fits into your system, but it's still a Steam Deck. You know, choice for the win. One, two, three. Mobile tech. iPhone camera handle, Belkin Power Grip. Calling all content creators, this one might just be for you. Belkin introduced the Power Grip, a MagSafe enabled handle that turns your iPhone into almost a pro level camera rig. It's got a built in battery, so you don't have to worry about running out of juice during the shoot. And the ergonomic design means you can hold it comfortably for hours, whether you're vlogging, shooting TikToks, or just capturing moments with the family. This gadget takes your iPhone to the next level, plus, it looks like something kind of out of a spy movie. Pretty slick. Smart home. Smart home enthusiasts, listen up. The UltraLock Bolt Mission is a next gen smart lock that's just as secure as it is stylish. It uses biometrics, but also UWB ultra wideband, which is way further reach than something like a Bluetooth. So it can actually open and close from a much different range or even be unlocked by your phone. It uses biometrics. One, two, three. So instead of fumbling for keys, you just touch the lock and boom, you're in. This is perfect for anyone who's constantly losing their keys or just wants an extra layer of security for their home. And let's be real, nothing feels cooler than unlocking your door with your fingerprint. 1, 2, 3. Plantform's Smart Indoor Garden. Love fresh herbs, but don't have a green thumb? The Plantform Smart Indoor Garden is here to save the day. It's self sustaining, so all you have to do is plant the seeds and watch it grow. This is great for anyone living in an apartment or any kind of small space. You can have fresh basil, mint, or even veggies growing right out of your countertop. Plus, it's fun for kids and adults alike. A little piece of nature in the middle of your busy life. Tenant AI Laundry Robot. 1, 2, 3. Tenant AI Laundry Robot. We've all dreamed about it, and it's finally here. Robots that can do your laundry. Tenet's AI laundry robots can sort, wash, and fold your clothes without you lifting a finger. This might be the single most exciting smart home gadget for anyone with a packed schedule since I don't even know. Imagine never having to argue over whose turn it is to fold socks again. Smart health and self care. The Shark Cryo Glow LED mask. Self care meets sci fi with the Shark Cryo Flow LED mask. This high tech mask uses LED light therapy to clear your skin and reduce inflammation, all while making you look like a Marvel supervillain, y'all. It's weird, it's wonderful, and it's surprisingly effective. If skincare is part of your self care routine, this gadget is definitely worth the look. Transportation. Sony and Honda team up for the Afila car, or what I like to call it, the PlayStation car. It's the ultimate gamer car for any PlayStation fan out there. Literally. The Afila integrates PlayStation gaming right into the dashboard so you can play while the car drives itself. I'm not saying you should replace your living room with the car, but This might make road trips a lot more fun. Car with VTOL in the back. All right, Rejuveniles, buckle up. Because the future of cars isn't just about electric engines anymore. This next concept car takes things to the skies. Yep, we're talking about a vehicle with a built in VTOL, which stands for Vertical Takeoff and Landing System in the back. You see, here's the takeoff right over here, and then here's the initial van type thing, and then you just pop those doors open and it comes right out in the back. Imagine driving to a traffic jam and then deciding, you know what, I'm going to fly all over this mess. One, two, three. Imagine driving to a traffic jam and then deciding, you know what, I'm just going to fly over this mess. It's still a prototype, but this could completely change how we think about commuting. Would you drive or fly this to work? Let me know in the comments. Honda debuts the O Series. Honda's big reveal at CES 2025 was their sleek new O or Zero Series car. Designed to merge eco friendly innovation with high end style, these cars are all about sustainability without sacrificing luxury. They're loaded with AI features for better navigation, energy efficient systems, and designs that look straight out of a sci fi movie. If you've been dreaming of a car that's both futuristic and practical, the Honda Zero Series might just be it. One, two, three, go. They're loaded with AI features for better navigation, energy efficient systems, and designs that look straight out of a sci fi movie. If you've been dreaming of a car that's both futuristic and practical, the Honda O Series might just be it. Gadgets, beach umbrella and cooler combo. Summer vibes in January? CES had us covered. Literally, with this beach umbrella and cooler combo. This gadget not only provides shade, but also comes with a built in cooler that can keep your drinks chilled. Now, they're pretty expensive, but all of the coolers not only have a refrigeration side, they also have the ability to outright freeze. So that's right, ice and keep things cool. Plus, you could power it all from the sun. Perfect for family beach days or backyard barbecues, this is the kind of practical, playful tech that Rejuveniles can't resist. It's all about enjoying the little moments while staying comfortable and hydrated. Displaced TV. Next up, meet the Displaced TV, a completely wireless portable TV that sticks to any surface without screws or mounts. Yeah, you heard that right. It uses vacuum suction technology so you can literally move it from your living room to your kitchen or even outdoors. It's perfect for people who want flexibility in their home entertainment setup. And for juveniles who love a good movie night, imagine setting this up wherever the vibe takes you. No wires, no hassle. Off the grid. HMD off grid phone. For the adventurers out there, HMD introduced their off grid phone, a device designed to keep you connected even in the most remote locations. Whether you're camping, hiking, or just trying to disconnect from city life, this phone ensures you'll always have a signal. It's rugged, reliable, and perfect for anyone who loves exploring the great outdoors while still staying safe. And yes, there are some modern phones like the iPhone that do this, but this adds that same capability to any phone, even older phones, which could be really helpful. Segway Safari and Cyber electric bikes. And lastly, Segway's taking e bikes to the next level with their Safari and Cyber model electric bikes. These bikes are built for off road adventures with powerful motors, extended battery life, and sleek designs. Whether you're hitting mountain trails, one, two, three. Whether you're hitting mountain trails or just cruising around town, these e bikes are a great way to stay active and eco friendly. Plus, they're so fun to ride, you'll feel like a kid discovering bikes all over again. 1, 2, 3, go. Segway, Safari, and Cyber electric bikes. Segway's taking e bikes to the next level. Yes, that Segway. With the Safari and Cyber bike models. These bikes are built for off road adventures with powerful motors, extended battery life, and sleek designs. Whether you're hitting mountain trails or just cruising around town, these e bikes are a great way to stay active and eco friendly. Plus, they're so fun to ride, you'll feel like a kid discovering bikes all over again. Hyperpack and Hyperpack Go. Last but not least, in the off the grid category is the Hyperpack and Hyperpack Go modular backpacks with built in chargers and anti theft features. Whether you're a digital nomad or just love staying organized, these backpacks make it easy to keep your devices powered and your essentials secure. It's functional, stylish, and perfect for busy juveniles on the move. Also, they both work with Apple and Google's Find My Backpack. So you don't have to worry about anytime any of your luggage or anything is getting lost, no matter what phone that you have. These are great. And that's a wrap on CES 2025. From cars that fly to portable TVs and robots that do your laundry, it's clear that the future is about blending convenience, fun, and a little bit of weirdness. Which gadget or trend caught your eye? Are you ready to try out those e bikes? Are you dreaming about a flying car? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more tech, play, and fun from the Rejuveniles team. Until next time. And welcome back to the Rejuvenile, where we break down the biggest news and keep it playful, edgy, and straight to the point. Yesterday, Xbox dropped their latest developer direct, and oh boy, it was packed with juicy reveals. We're talking ninjas, Southern Gothic horrors, sci fi madness, and a medieval doom twist. This developer direct was more than just a handful of trailers. It was a full on hype parade marching straight into our living rooms. Xbox pulled out all the stops with fresh updates, surprise launches, and behind the scenes details that have us amped for what's next. If you've been craving that jolt of adrenaline for your gaming lineup, buckle up. You're in for a treat. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Sorry. 3, 2, 1. First up, the Grandmaster of all things ninja is back. Ninja Gaiden 4 is slicing its way into our lives this fall with brand new protagonist named Yakumo. And yes, Ryu Hayabusa fans, don't worry, our boy is back with a vengeance. This isn't just nostalgia bait, it's an adrenaline packed partnership. 3, oh man, 3, 2, 1, go. First up, the Grandmaster of all things ninja is back. Ninja Gaiden 4 is slicing its way into our lives this fall with a brand new protagonist named Yakuma, and yes, Ryu Hayabusa fans, don't worry, our boy is back with a vengeance. This isn't just nostalgia bait, it's an adrenaline packed partnership between Team Ninja and Platinum Games. New mechanics like Bloodbind Ninjutsu, check. Classic moves like Flying Swallow and Azuna Drop, double check. And as a cherry on top, Xbox Shadow dropped a remastered version of Ninja Gaiden 2 Black available right now on Game Pass. That's right, your weekend plans are set. If you've been itching for that high octane, white knuckle action that only Ninja Gaiden can deliver, this reveal didn't disappoint. The addition of Yakumo promises a new twist in the storyline. Imagine a new generation of ninja skill combined with the classic brutality that we all know and love. The fresh partnership with Platinum Games practically guarantees some wild, over the top combat sequences, blending both studios' mastery of the hack and slash gameplay and, let's face it, the chance to jump back into Ninja Gaiden 2 Black in remastered form is the perfect warm up for what's coming. We're talking weekend marathons, late night boss battles, and a serious test of your reflexes. 2025 is the year of the ninja. And 3, 2, 1, go. Next, we're heading down to the American Deep South with South of Midnight. Think Southern Gothic folklore meets Tim Burton on a moonshine bender. You'll play as Hazel, a weaver, discovering her magical powers while battling larger than life mythical creatures. The handcrafted art style? Chef's kiss. And here's the kicker, It drops April 8th, so you've got just enough time to pre order and play early with the premium edition. Hazel's journey into this microberry magical world has us spellbound. What really caught our eye here is the unique visual design. It's got the stop motion meets dark fantasy vibe that instantly make the game stand out. The developer teased deeper exploration of American folklore, so expect monsters and legends you don't usually see in mainstream gaming. Playing as Hazel, you'll get to experiment with her Weaver powers, weaving spells and conjuring up otherworldly magic to fight off swamp born abominations. If you're a fan of eerie atmosphere and narrative driven adventures, this one's already looking like a must play. 3, 2, 1. Now, let's jet over to Clair Obscur Expedition 33, the debut game from Sandfall Interactive in sunny Montpellier, France. This isn't your grandma's RPG. It's a turn based adventure set in a fantasy version of 19th century France where the world is facing a slow motion apocalypse. The reactive turn based combat system is fresh, the art direction is stunning, and the overworld map is begging to be explored. Mark your calendars for April 24th because this is one expedition you don't want to miss. Everything about Expedition 33 screams innovation, from the moody color palette inspired by 19th century French art to the intricately detailed environments. It's clear Sandfall Interactive is aiming high. The reactive turn based system adds a dynamic spin. 3, 2, 1. The reactive turn based system adds a dynamic spin on classic turn based combat. You'll have to read enemies' cues and adapt quickly to their moves. Plus, exploring a world on the brink of collapse means every quest carries that extra weight of urgency. With the release date just around the corner, we can't wait to see how this indie upstart shakes up the RPG scene. 3, 2, 1. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. Doom, the Dark Ages. The Slayer is back, and this time he's rocking a medieval vibe. Swords, crossbows, and hellish demons in a dark fantasy setting. Yes, please. The devs at id Software gave us a sneak peek at the combat, exploration, and story, and it's clear this is the most ambitious Doom game yet. Launching May 15th, this prequel to Doom 2016 and Eternal has us ready to rip and tear through a medieval war against hell. Just take our money already, Xbox. Picture everything you love about Doom: relentless speed, punishing difficulty, and explosive combat, now tossed into a medieval blender. Instead of plasma rifles, we're seeing robust medieval armaments, but don't worry, the gore and intensity are still dialed up to 11. The environment is riddled with Gothic cathedrals and fortress ruins, giving us a brand new Old War flavor of hell to conquer. Id Software has hinted at deeper lore, bridging the gap between ancient battles and the modern sci fi carnage we know. Safe to say, it's shaping up to be a bloody good time. 3, 2, 1. So there you have it. Ninjas, gothic vibes, sci-fi apocalypses, and medieval mayhem. The Xbox Developer Direct wasn't just a show, it was a flex. Let us know in the comments which games you're hyped for, and don't forget to smash that like button. Subscribe for more recaps and ring that bell so you don't miss a single update. This has been the Rejuvenile. Catch you next time. Three, two, one, go. Between secret drops, new characters, and imaginative settings, this showcase proved Xbox is in it to win it this year. There's something for every kind of gamer, from hardcore action fans to lovers of deep storytelling. And let's not forget, Game Pass continues to pump out ridiculous value. Make sure you're following all the devs on social media to catch any post-direct updates and keep your controllers charged. The next few months are going to be a wild ride. So there you have it. Ninjas, gothic vibes, sci-fi apocalypse, and medieval mayhem. The Xbox Developer Direct wasn't just a show, it was a flex. Let us know in the comments which games you're hyped for, and don't forget to smash that like button. Subscribe for more recaps and ring the bell so you don't miss a single update. This has been Cassius Clay for the Rejuvenile. Catch you next time. And now we'll talk about some of the stuff that we're looking forward to this February. It's the love season out there for you guys. It's Black History Month, so find a black person and watch his YouTube video, like and subscribe.
Yes.
And there's a bunch of cool sports stuff going on.
All right. For all you basketball fans out there in Juveniles, it has once again come down to the NBA All-Star event. This is another thing I would love for the Juveniles to go in person. I'm just setting a bunch of goals for 2026, assuming we kill it this year, which we will. But yeah, the All-Star games begin Friday the 14th, it looks like, on Valentine's Day. So give your basketball teams and favorite players some love as they get ready to show out. We have dunk contests, the three-point contests, and of course, the All-Star games. I believe they're changing up the rules a little bit for the All-Star games this year, so that'll be interesting to see. What are you looking forward to during this All-Star event? Because I know you'll be watching.
Oh, yeah. For 100% sure, I'll be watching the All-Star Experience. I see they didn't take my advice about just turning the whole thing into a real-life version of a video game with that new digital court thing that they got. I hope they do bring that back out this year because I think it's so cool. But they've actually changed the format again this year, and it's going to be like 4 teams in a little mini tournament kind of thing going on. And, if you watch a lot of the NBA, All-Star Game is kind of like the almost unofficial start to the season a bit because football has eventually died now. You need something else to watch. And after All-Star, the trade deadline has happened. So teams get serious and try to make the whole race to the playoff. So the quality of basketball tends to pick up. And there's always fresh outfits and dope songs and everything kind of going on during the All-Star Game. So I'm always looking forward to that, man.
How do you feel about us trying to attend next year? Just throwing it out there as goals.
I would love that too. And if you want to see us go there and cover it for you guys, then let us know if we need to set up a Patreon or something like that, and we'll go and we'll cover it from different aspects than, normal people probably cover it. I'll give you some hints about that in one of the sporting events I talk about later, but I think us being the Rejuvenile, we can put a really cool kind of spin on some of the way that we cover some of this stuff. So, fingers crossed, we'll get there.
Couldn't have said better myself. You have a way with words, my friend.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. So first thing I'm looking for is I'll probably throw you off here, but it is Heart Eyes. I love my horror movies. We're all my horror fans up out there. Do people still do this? Is my hand still raising? Well, my hand's going to raise up because this is Rejuveniles, right? And I love me some horror. And let's see, the synopsis for this is, for the past several years, the Heart Eyes killer has wreaked havoc on Valentine's Day by stalking and murdering romantic couples. This Valentine's Day, no couple is safe. And I mean, what better to go do for a Valentine's Day than to go get a movie in? You know what I mean? And, horror movies have always been great dates, in my opinion. And I think this might be from the same guy who did Happy Death Day. So if you guys enjoyed the Happy Death Day series, they got my boy who's been in the Scream movies with some of this. And and the producers of the original Scream. So I think this is a fun kind of concept kind of thing here. What do you think about Valentine's Day horror and this movie here, Hard Eyes?
I will say I really like his mask, first and foremost. Again, big horror buff myself. And I appreciate how the horror genre has the ability to kind of fit into any holiday. And I think Valentine's Day makes perfect sense as far as like, you're going on a date, you're trying to have fun with your significant other, and then you're, stopped, harassed, tortured by this terrifying individual. So I definitely, this is not gonna lie, the first time I've really heard about it. I heard the concept Hard Eyes, but I didn't know. But now I have a full understanding, and boy, this trailer is gnarly. I can't believe this is like, I feel like this would be what we used to call like a red band trailer or something like that. But yeah, based on the trailer, it looks gnarly. Genuine reaction. It's pretty intense. But that leads me right into the next one, which is pretty simple and right on brand with that movie, but a little more, let's say, friendly. Horror movies aside, I just want to shout out overall the holiday itself, Valentine's Day. Some might say that it was a holiday created for corporations to get you to spend more money and to buy gifts and make so your partner is going to be upset if you don't celebrate them. So celebrate them or you're going to get in trouble. However, Valentine's Day, all I'm saying is, fellas, ladies, anyone who has a significant other, take this Valentine's Day to go out and do something exciting. I'll have some content short form coming up of something I did, and another one that I'll be doing for, I believe, actual Valentine's Day. Now I might even see this movie because heck, why not? But had to throw in Valentine's Day as an honorable mention because, for some of us, it's an important holiday. You want to make sure you're treating your partner correct and take that moment to do something fun, zany or special. What are your thoughts on Valentine's Day? You doing anything? You got any plans?
Yeah, man. Valentine's Day is always really fun, and I'm really excited about the debut of one of our new kind of serial things that we're going to be doing here, kicking off with one of 3RL's videos, which is going to be called Playdates, where we cover a bunch of fun and romantic ways to go out there and some of the places and things that you can do with your significant others to kind of, add a little bit of fun and spice to it. And I always am up for a really fun Valentine's Day. There's so much stuff that you can go out there and do. If you guys do go out and watch Happy Hard Eyes Day or anything like that, pay, extra attention because, you may have your significant other who gets very scared during scary movies and need to be held somewhere really tight and close. So that's always a great reason there. You might need to see the movie. And hey, depending on what kind of, if you're into a little bit of juvenile delinquency, pay attention to how he ties up some of his victims. You never know when that could come in handy,
Inspiration.
Like, for instance, later that night. Right?
Hey, inspiration strikes in the wildest places, they say,
That's right. So I'm always big up for Cupid's favorite holiday. We love here at the Rejuvenile. And one of the things we love to do is help everybody level up in their relationships too, even those personal relationships. So always a big thumbs up from Cass Clay when it comes to what's going on. I mean, you see, right? Fireworks. That's how excited I am about Valentine's Day, and I hope you're excited too, and also excited to watch our new series Playdates when that comes out.
Look forward to it.
And so since 3RL did his sports thing that he was looking forward to this February, I of course am looking forward to the Super Bowl, right? For so many reasons. I want to see Patrick Mahomes lose. I'd love to see Taylor Swift have to cry because her boyfriend lost the school that she went to. Come at me, Swifties. Come at me. But like the page too, get us trending how you guys do that everything. But I'm looking really forward to the Super Bowl. It's going to be the Eagles. It's going to be versus also the Kansas City Chiefs, and it's going to be a dope time. And who doesn't love the Super Bowl? I'm going to do a video somewhere out there too to what to do on the Super Bowl, even when you hate football, because there's just so much stuff to do, from Puppy Bowls to Madden Bowls to great food to all kind of games, but also the commercials. And they've already started teasing some of these commercials. You guys can go out and check them out there. There's the When Harry Met Sally one. Budweiser is going to have a few. You should see, of course, Martha is going to be Brad, Uber. We're going to talk about some of the big parties and events that are going down too and during the Super Bowl event. And here, we'll just check out one of these going on in the background right now is a quick tease. And I got to tell you guys, I saw a tease for what I think the Doritos commercial is going to be. And that's all I have to say about that one. It was wild. Super Bowl. What you think, brother?
I'm always down for Super Bowl parties. Like, for me, like, nothing beats a good Super Bowl party. I never really have a dog in the fight as far as the team goes. I enjoy watching it. It's always fun. But for me, it's always about gathering with my friends, having a few drinks, Really, it's like a barbecue situation. At least that's how it always been for me, grill some burgers and dogs, watch the game, have a few drinks. It's a great time to kind of interact with your friends. And, you don't have to can't believe this is a Mayo commercial. But yeah, you can just enjoy the time. Even if you're not a big sports fan, I think it's a great opportunity to meet up and hang out. I also think it's wild that there are previews for commercials. It reminds me of the Game Awards, where it's like you go for the teasers, not the Game Awards. We love the Game Awards. It was fun. It was great. But yeah, I think the Super Bowl, I think it's going to be a big deal this year. There's a lot of traction with it, but we'll see. I don't really know. I'm going to vote for the same team you're voting for just because.
So it sounds like you, like our fans out there, should be looking forward to our video. We're going to put out this video on all the stuff that you should do for the Super Bowl if you don't even like football, because there's a ton of stuff to do. There's a ton of great games you can make during it, to even if you don't care, to just keep the whole thing spicy and a whole lot of fun, whether you're going out or staying in. We got you covered here at the Rejuvenile during the Super Bowl and the All-Star weekend. It's going to be a fun February, I'm telling you guys.
No.
I'm telling you.
Alrighty.
What do you got, 3RL?
Let's wrap it up for me. The last one I have is going to be a game coming out in February, one that I'm trying to play. I've never played the series yet. My friend played it. He had mixed feelings about it. But that is going to be Monster Hunter Wilds. All right, taking a look at the Monster Hunter Wilds trailer here on the left. Capcom, always killing it. I love that they have such a wide variety of game titles that works. This game is basically, you're fighting big, giant monsters. And in the last one, you played with other friends or other people in the system. So some people said it wasn't a good solo experience. And so I hope to see that more in this one. But I also think there's something to be said about collaboration games. This is another one of those games where you play with, your friends or other people online, and it brings a whole different experience. It's kind of like in the same vein of Fortnite. You wouldn't really play that together, but playing it with a whole group of people, you have an experience. But plus, look, who doesn't want to fight monsters? I don't know how I feel about the desert myself personally, but it's an epic story, and I think Capcom does a really good job. Have you heard about these series yourself?
Oh, yeah. Monster Hunter series is absolutely large. It's not particularly one of my favorite game series. I haven't actually played in one, not 100% kind of my thing. But Capcom is one of my favorite publishers. Old school Rejuveniles know Capcom. They've been there since the beginning and make some of the greatest games on the planet. And the Monster Hunter Wild series, for that, 2025 is going to be an insane year just for gaming. February and January is supposed to be like the slow month seasons after the holiday, and here you are getting Monster Hunter Wild in the game that I'm going to talk about, and I think even Assassin's Creed is coming in February. We're going to be eating this year with Juveniles.
I agree. Like I said, there's just not enough time to play all the games unless maybe one of us becomes like a full-time streamer on Twitch or YouTube. But another time, another career. We'll see.
We'll
All
be
right,
doing
let's take
one
it
of
home.
these.
What do you got for us to wrap us up for this episode?
All right, and for my last thing, I'm going to end on a video game here too. I'm really excited. These is none other than the guys from Obsidian. You've seen some of their past games here, and you've seen that they announced in one of our previous videos they'll also be doing the Outer Worlds 2 this year, but we're getting Avowed early February. I cannot wait for this. These guys are kind of the masters of the RPG right now. This is the same team that originally created Fallout 1 and 2 before it switched over to Bethesda. They also did Fallout New Vegas, which is some people's favorite Fallout of all time. They've been on fire, and they're doing 2 big RPGs this year. This is their take on almost a kind of Skyrim, and well, since they're not going to be an Elder Scrolls game here pretty soon, but we did hear about a remake coming this summer, this is going to have to scratch your fantasy itch, and these are some of the better guys here. And I really can't wait. It's going to be a part of Game Pass. I'm eventually thinking it will also end up being announced for PlayStation at a later time after its initial Xbox launch. And it looks great. And these guys do great work. And it's not going to be super long RPGs. They've kind of started going to RPGs you can actually finish. But I think that's really great. What do you think, E?
I think it looks beautiful. I also think it's incredibly impressive that they're releasing not 1 but 2 big games this year. That's like has to be unheard of. You see like developers who will spend years and years and years working on stuff, but to put out 2 back to back sounds like they're going to be eaten this year as far as titles go. But I am the biggest RPG nerd of, not going to say all time, but like, don't let my looks fool you. I am a nerd, and I love some fantasy. Gives me some D&D vibes, and I'm a big fan of what this world looks like. And yeah, would love to play this game.
Yeah, they're gonna let you do like dual handing weapons. So one hand can be your spell hand, and then the other hand can be like a weapon hand. Or if you're not into weapons like that, they can both be your spell hand or whatever. But Avowed and Obsidian does great work, man, and I'm really looking forward to everything going on there.
It's another reason
I'm looking forward to in February.
Another reason for me to get a Game Pass. That's all it says to me.
Right. And we'll talk about some of those things too, how to maybe get a Game Pass if you already have a console system and kind of slide into some of that. We're going to go into more detail on some of the things that are also movies and games and kind of stuff coming out here in for February. So it's a actually action-packed month coming up. We're going to have a lot of kind of content coming out. I absolutely can't wait. What are your thoughts, E? Anything you want to say to the people before we start to wrap up and get up out of here?
Enjoy your time. It's flying by. Be sure to check out our videos so you can get a little bit more educated on what's going on, what's to come. And yeah, other than that, thank you as always for watching. My dog is ready for me to be done as well. But otherwise, it's always a blast filming these videos, and I am, still stoked. Thanks for letting me be a part of your crew, Cass. I know, hopefully you feel the same. But yeah, otherwise, looking forward to February. Can't believe January is over already. It's kind of blowing my mind. It felt like 2 seconds ago I was just celebrating my birthday and New Year's Eve, and now I blinked and it's almost the end of the month. Yeah, crazy. So it's hard to keep up, but we're gonna do our best to make sure we're, keeping it vibing.
All right. So where can the people find you at, E?
You can find me across most social media channels at 3RL. And I think I'm on Instagram. I have an X. I have a TikTok. And I have my own YouTube channel. It's I haven't posted on it in a while, but all in good time. But yeah, you can find me everywhere across the board, as I think is listed probably right here. And of course, you can find me on The Rejuvenile, which I highly suggest you check out.
Yeah, and for me, that's going to wrap us up on some of this stuff. You guys know I'm Cass Clay. You guys can find me anywhere you can find The Rejuvenile. I'll be in there pretty soon launching the new kind of website, CassClayCreate.com, and I will be putting that out for some of the things. Super excited about that as we're getting ready to launch. And like I said, we have a whole lot of stuff kind of coming up here. We're going to have a lot more variety in kind of the content that we're putting out, not so much just video game and sports stuff. So you guys look out for some of that stuff coming out too. And I hope you guys also enjoyed some of the videos that we put in the middle of the podcast to catch you guys up. If you guys wanted to go through any of those too, look out for that. But yeah, it has been a action-packed month. February looks like it's going to be even crazier, and I personally can't wait. And I'm looking forward to spend that time with you. Right. So for the Rejuvenile, I'm Cassius Clay.
And I'm
That's
3RL.
3RL. And as I always like to say, have health, have wealth, have fun together. Peace.